Okay, now that we have more experience on designing apps, guys, we're going to enter into more detail about the code and the way to name every object inside of the application. So all labels should be named as LBL and then the name that you want to use, okay, to represent a data there. Then the text fields should be named TXT and then the name that you want. The images, IMG and then the name you want. The buttons, BTN and then the name you want, okay? For example, the famous button calculate is the one that we name BTN calculate, okay? And usually this button is what does all the action, fine? Okay, then in Swift code, all buttons, when we create the link, when we connect the object with the code, should be actions, okay? While the labels and text fields are outlets, fine? And every characteristic of an object, for example, the text of a label, can be read in the code using the name of the object and then dot characteristic, for example, LBL message dot text, okay? We'll understand this better in this example. So the code of our application of grades, for example, is showing us here that first we started creating variables. Every data, guys, that you type in an application should be connected with a variable in the code, okay? So we need to create one variable per text field. And we create variables saying var, all the words that appear in purple or pink color, these are commands for Swift. So we need to say var, space, then the name that we want to use for that variable, then colon, and the type of value that usually is going to be double. This is for numbers with decimals, fine? Then we're going to set inside of the variables all the contents of text boxes, fine? So for this, we need to say the name of the variable equal, and then the command double, and in parentheses, the name of the text field dot text, fine? Where this is the instruction to read into the variable what the user typed into the text field, fine? So we did this for both partials and for the exam. Then inside of the variable grade, we calculated the final grade, okay, with a formula. I think that this shouldn't give issues to you because it only includes addition, subtractions, multiplication, divisions that are simple basic operations. But to finish, the most important part is to display what we calculated in this variable grade. We need to display it into a label. For this, we're going to say LBL and the name of the label, LBL grade dot text is equal to another command, string, and in parentheses, the name of the variable that you want to pass to the label, okay? With string, we are converting this number into a text that can be displayed here into the label, fine? The if is the instruction to do something only if the condition is true, okay? And we're going to watch this into our next application. That is, we're going to build an app for a famous taco restaurant that needs an app to calculate the total check. Each taco price is 7. If a customer eats 10 or more tacos, the price of the taco will be 5, okay? It's a discount. The soda price is 15. And we're going to create the app that calculates the total check, but including a 16% of tax, okay? Well, so I will be moving fast, guys, but remember that you can pause the video whenever you want, okay? Now, on Xcode, we're going to create an app. Please go ahead, name it tacos, and then your name, or yeah, your name. And here you're going to design this screen, please, okay, where you include the sodas, the tacos, the total, and the created by our labels. And here at a side, you need text fields for capturing the number of sodas, the number of tacos, and 2 buttons that are calculate and reset, okay? Once you are done, we're going to create the connections, okay? I already did them. So here you just need to, keeping the control key clicked, establish a link here to the code. I won't do it because it is already created. But let me tell you which are the names. The name for this text field is TXT sodas, and it's an outlet, okay? Then the name for this other is TXT tacos, fine? Then we create the label. The name for this label is LVL total. Fine. And the name for the buttons are, for this one, BTN calculate, but it is an action. Okay, be careful. And the name for this one, it is BTN reset. Fine? Okay. Then I have here some comments, but these are just to guide us on creating the application. You don't need to write them. So the first thing is create variables. One variable per sodas. So I'm going to name it var sodas colon, and we name it double. We need it double, okay, to receive numbers with decimals. And then the same for the tacos. Why, if we don't plan to sell 1.5 tacos? Well, but the total that we will calculate should include decimals, okay? And when we plan to use decimals in a variable, it's better to declare them all as with decimals, okay? Once we're done with that, we're going to say, into the variable sodas, please pass with using the instruction double what is in the text field txt sodas dot text, okay? And then we include exclamation mark, close the parenthesis, and exclamation mark. This is to avoid mistakes, okay? Then on the variable tacos, we're going to include double reading what it is in the text field tacos dot text, okay? Exclamation mark, parenthesis, exclamation mark. Fine? Now, we have all the data that the user typed. Then we need to calculate the total. So here we're going to say if, okay, if tacos is, well, this goes in parentheses. This is a condition. If tacos is greater than 10, well, less than 10, let's start with less than 10. Okay, then we open a key. So we're going to say the total will be equal to, you can leave a row here. The total will be equal to what? To the sodas times 15, because that was the price for sodas, plus the tacos times 7, okay? And this will go in a parenthesis to multiply it by 1.16. This is to add the taxes, fine? And then we're going to say else, okay, else. This is an instruction that tells to Swift, if this condition is not true, then calculate with this second condition, okay? So, oh, here I'm missing. If tacos is less or equal 10, okay? But if they are more than 10, then we're going to say this, the total will be equal to sodas times 15, but the tacos decrease the price to 5, okay? Here we have calculated all the total, fine, the total I mean. And then to show it into the label, we're going to say LVL total dot text will be equal to string, and in parentheses, total, okay? And basically, we're done here, okay? Can you believe it? Well, but in the button reset, guys, please include these 3 lines of code. We're going to leave the txt sodas dot text equals quotation quotation, txt tacos dot text equal quotation quotation. What are we doing? We are erasing whatever was written into these controls. And the LVL total dot text equal total in quotations, okay, as this. So basically this is it. You can test your app, it should be working. Otherwise, call me there in the classroom, okay, and I'll be there to help you. Start understanding these instructions, guys, because for next class, you will start building some part of your apps alone, okay? Even the code alone. Fine, so watch this video again, check the presentation, and get ready for next class, okay? Thanks for your attention.